Wait,
I get to drive to work. That's fucking insane.
That must be fun. It must be freeing not to have someone drive.
Yeah, dude. I got an N64. There's this cartridge on Amazon that you can get. It's like every single game that of the N64 for like $87 on the same cartridge.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
That's sick. Then you can play Glover.
Glover's on there. Like all the games, like any game that you could possibly need is on that cartridge.
Superman?
Paul and I talked about Superman 64, the worst game of all time, apparently.
Yeah.
Hi. And welcome to Specifically Devoid. God, it's been so long since we just did a regular OG podcast because, like, I haven't talked to you in months.
You haven't,
right?
Yeah, you haven't talked to me in quite a while. So, how's the family?
Oh, you know, Brenda's a bitch, but
fucking Brenda, you know how it is.
Everybody has that Brenda in their family.
Yeah, mine's Brenda.
Oh, nice. Spelt with a Y, of course.
Yeah, but like before the R.
Mm.
It's spelled Berenda. I put in the chat for
and
you.
She makes everybody. She reminds everybody that it's Berenda, not Brenda.
You know what I hate is that not only does she put raisins in the potato salad, but she puts like too much raisins in the potato salad.
It's not that she puts raisins in the potato salad. It's raisins and golden raisins. Like, yeah. What are we, fucking Amish?
And it's like 25% of the salad. Like, it's potato raisin salad at this point.
Yeah, it's like one scoop, and you're getting more raisins than you are like mayonnaise. And it's just like, oh, man.
Plus, grapes and mayonnaise should not go together.
And they don't. And, like, I can't say anything to Brenda. Like... What am I going to say? What am I going to say? Hey, stop making food. That'll crush her feelings. She's an orphan, man.
You know what, Micah? We haven't added something to the fuck list in quite some time. I think we need to add raisins in potato salad to the fuck list.
Can we just add raisins to the fuck list?
Yeah. Okay, grapes are a perfectly good fruit.
Yes,
There's
grapes
no
are
reason
fine.
why you had to burn them to get fucking raisins.
Yeah, you know... Nobody likes raisins. Like, raisins are something that you like, that you're given. You don't get raisins for anybody.
Raisins are the things you give your parents from your Halloween bucket.
Yeah. Raisins are that thing that you're just like very confused why it's in your... Wow, we haven't updated the fuck list since August.
Damn. What did we add in August to the fuck list that was so important? Was it McDonald's?
Both Ellen and poor people.
Forgot we added poor people.
Speaking of poor people,
stop.
The stimulus check thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna date the fuck out of this. Because definitely news will have broken by the time this airs.
Yeah. News about something, but man, you know what I needed to get me through the next 6 months of uncertainty? $600.
Yeah.
And nothing more.
I'm really glad that $1,200 I've haven't even come close to touching 300 of it yet.
And I didn't even get the first stimulus check.
And you probably won't get the second one.
I don't know. I won't be in school for the next semester, so maybe that'll count as I'm not currently a student and the government will give me money.
The government doesn't care about you. The government also put poor people on their fuck list like generations ago.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell has a personal fuck list that's just poor people written 100 times.
I think he goes into his committee saying, how are we going to fuck over poor people?
I'd imagine Mitch McConnell doesn't actually do anything. He just sits there and almost like a supervillain throws bills into the garbage.
I think the public voice that Mitch McConnell gives out, yeah, I said it. That's not his real voice. I'll say it. I think that he's a really slick, New York talking kind of guy, and he talks like this.
I think when he finally loses the majority in the Senate, he's going to resign, and then he's going to go, guys, this has been a performance art piece, a catalyst of 30 years of hard work.
I'm just saying, Mitch McConnell could be Andy Kaufman.
That's it.
Andy Kaufman's still alive, and he's decided to move to Kentucky.
Mitch McConnell, is he the only rich person in Kentucky?
No. There's the KFC guys.
You know what? I bet they're not in Kentucky.
But it's Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's not like Tennessee Fried Chicken. Then it'd be TFC.
Who owns... I'm looking it up. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It's like Viacom or something. Like that Sinclair Broadcasting Company.
It's fucking Viacom owns KFC and SpongeBob. They have all the power.
They own CBS. And speaking of CBS, the new iCarly reboot was announced recently.
Yes. Wait.
What's up?
Colonel Sanders is not a native Kentuckian.
Sure.
He's from Indiana.
I mean, that's almost Kentucky.
That's
North Kentucky.
To be fair, everything that's north of Kentucky is just North Kentucky.
Yeah. You live in almost the northest Kentucky.
I live in quite a North Kentucky, only beat by probably some point in New Hampshire, Maine, and Alaska, apparently.
Washington State.
Washington, yeah, is it?
Like you know how Washington State, it kind of looks like a trapezoid, but there's there's a middle piece of it, and it's kind of like Long Island where it kind of goes up.
Oh God, yeah, it's kind of like how Michigan has that little extra part that should be a part of Wisconsin but isn't.
No, that's part of Michigan, man.
It sure isn't connected to Michigan.
I mean, Maine used to be Massachusetts, and tell me how that fucking works.
Well, Vermont used to be fucking tossed around between New York and New Hampshire until we just said enough.
Vermont's not a real place.
It's true. I have never met a person from Vermont.
Me too.
And I live there.
Where?
Vermont.
Oh, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I've never met a person from Vermont.
Right.
And I live here.
But it doesn't exist.
Correct.
Yes.
Micah, I don't exist. To say the least, it's been an interesting year.
Yeah. We're all, during these difficult times,
we're all in this together.
Everyone.
And that's why you should get your partner 2 Kias for Christmas this year.
And that's why every kiss begins with K, except if you don't live in the same house. Then it starts with, have you gone out of the country in the past 14 days?
People always say they have COVID ready dates. I don't buy how that's a thing that can happen. You are meeting another person, presumably for the first time in a lot of these cases, who you don't know the wealth of interaction they've had. How is that COVID safe at all?
Because COVID can't get you if it's in the dark.
Oh wait, no, you got it. It's because COVID cannot penetrate love.
And that's why you should buy Hess trucks.
Oh my god! There was a study found that drivers of a specific Ram truck are the biggest perpetrators of DUIs by like 2 times every other vehicle. It's like
a Dodge Ram.
It's like a Ram truck, and like you are twice as more likely to be a drunk driver if you're driving that truck. So if you ever see a Ram on the road, turn down the next street.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite song.
We've been doing top fives for a while, so this is the last top 5 of the year.
Woo-hoo.
This is the top 5 things that if you told somebody 1 year ago that something was going to happen in 2020, you would absolutely not believe them. So number 5, and I'll let you start, pal.
Oh, you'll let me start.
Yeah.
Number 5, I guess I'll have to say Joe Biden won the primary. Because honestly, at the beginning of the primaries, did we really think Joe was going to win?
I mean, Yang Gang 2020.
See, Micah was Yang Gang. I'm from Vermont, so I rooted for my boy Bernie.
I mean, to be fair, I very much ironically, and it was very much school-wide known that if Michael Bloomberg was to win the primaries, I would not have been upset.
I think I only know one person who voted for Joe Biden in the primaries.
Oh, I know so many people.
Like everyone I know a couple people who voted for Klobuchar.
That's a name I haven't thought about.
I know a lot of people who voted for Bernie.
I know a lot of people who voted for Pete.
Yeah, a lot of people voted for Pete. A good amount of people voted for Liz. I only know of one person that like actively voted for Joe Biden in the primaries because they wanted to. Shout out to my boy Sam.
All right, number 5 for me. If someone were to tell me that people were going to put brooms on the bristles and say, "Oh my God, can you believe that this is like the one time a year where you can do this because of the gravitational," which is not true. NASA had to fucking say no.
Man,
You can do that year round.
Remember the simpler times where the biggest issue in the country was brooms?
Number 4.
Number four, I would have to say, if you had told me at this point last year that I would have lived in the off-campus apartments and been unhappy with it.
For free, by the way.
For free. That sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
But no, it's because they forced me to.
If you were to tell me that I was going to be a cashier at, we haven't said it yet, but let's say it. If you were to tell me that I was going to be a cashier again, I would have said no fucking way.
You know what? That's my number 3. If you would have told me that I would have worked at a McDonald's and not worked there 3 weeks later, I would not have believed you, because my reaction would have been, what would I have gotten fired for?
If you were to tell me that I was going to have a podcast that lasted the entire year, I would have said, no way I committed.
And you know what? To an extent, nah, I'm kidding. We totally committed to it.
Yeah.
What am I at? I'm at number 2, right?
2.
If you were to tell me a year If you were to tell me a year ago that I would be forced to make YouTube content the same way that I had to attend class, I would have told you were crazy.
This is a cheap plug. If you were to tell me that my show, The Theory of Humor, was going to make a comeback with grown-ups.
Cheap plug alert. Bah, 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 bah.
That's hot take alert. Come on, man.
Oh, sorry. Brr, 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 brr. I reversed it for you. I'm at number 1.
Oh, yeah.
If you were to tell me that after the election, we would find an issue that hardcore liberals and hardcore conservatives agreed on, then I would have told you were crazy.
Enlighten those who don't know what this issue is.
The issue is the $600 in the stimulus check and how that is too little money for the American people to deal with a national pandemic.
Yes.
Which, as of today, or was it today or yesterday? Apparently, fucking President Trump also is like, yeah, it should be more money, which is odd considering he had the power to do that to begin with.
Yeah, he vetoed it or something. He vetoed something.
He vetoed something. He pardoned a bunch of people recently as well. What's your number 1, Micah?
If you were to tell me that the downward spiral of 2020 was going to start with Kobe Bryant's death, I would have said there's no way. And an honorable mention, if you were to tell me that celebrities trying to heal everybody would just sing Imagine horribly, I would have not believed you.
Man, I still can't get over Ellen, honestly. We haven't talked about Ellen getting COVID on the podcast.
She got COVID?
Ellen got COVID, like straight up.
She's on the fuck list. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Like I just think it's really funny that after all the fake I know it's so hard. I lay in my pool all day thinking about how hard it is to not see people while people bring me drinks all day. Yeah. Did anyone get COVID?
Did anyone I personally know get COVID?
Yeah.
Yes.
Same. Obviously. It forced me to live in off-campus apartments. Someone I lived with in college got COVID.
That's where the Griff Garrison interview was. That's a little behind the scenes.
That is, if you want a little behind the ropes action here.
Yeah. That's another on the list. If you were to tell me that I was going to get press credentials for All Elite Wrestling, which we haven't brought up. Yeah, if you were to tell me that we would get press releases from them, legitimately.
Yeah, they send us up texts at Wednesday night after Dynamite's over with pictures.
Yeah, Matt Jackson keeps texting me, and I'm just like, bro, fucking either wrestle or write your book. I don't want to hear it.
You got in Twitter beef with other, I would say other creators, but this person apparently is banned from podcasts.
What does that mean?
Are you banned from every podcast?
Yeah, and who's making those rules? Is it
right?
It must be self-imposed. Is there
a podcast god that we all have to appease that we just don't know about?
Godcast, if you will.
Godcast. All right.
Time for our new religious podcast.
What are the demographics of the people who host the Godcast?
It's one young person and Tim Tebow.
I'm gonna say it's a man with brown hair that you can't tell the age of because of a combination of makeup and plastic surgery, and one carbon clone copy of Ben Shapiro, but Christian. Apparently, Ben Shapiro said there is only one gender or only one set of pronouns. Like Ben Shapiro called out Cartoon Network for saying there were multiple pronouns. Which like what's the omni pronoun?
He clearly has not seen he wombo, she wombos. No, I wombo, you wombo, he, she, we wombo. Because pronouns are like more than just like he, she. Like it's like I.
Yeah.
I is a pronoun.
I think are the omni pronouns we, us, ours? I would love to give Ben Shapiro an incorrect order at a fast food restaurant and then have a conversation with him about it. Because he would very much be arguing about it. I'd just be like, I don't know, man, I'm fucked up. Sorry. And he'd be trying to explain it. I'd be like, nah, it's just an honest mistake, honestly. I'll fix it for you if you want.
I'd just like to meet Ben Shapiro to just be like what?
What does he do for fun?
Well, actually, I just listened to jazz before 1939. That's all I do.
But his dad went to music school, so he should know that those aren't major chords and therefore isn't music.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
You know, speaking of music theory, there's this guy I follow on TikTok, and he just posts like quick practice your sight singing with these things, and like it's fun, and everyone should follow this person. I don't remember their name, nor will I look it up, but you should follow. You should keep practicing. To all music majors who are listening to this podcast,
just like none of you,
practice your sight singing. I promise you'll need it.
Well, it's been fun, Derek, but we're gonna close this year with a nice with a nice thing. So let's each of us say one nice thing about the other.
Who's going first?
Flip a coin. Heads or tails?
Tails. I don't have a coin.
Up. It's heads.
Okay.
You were going to go first.
Oh, I picked tails, so I thought I would.
Well, yeah, so that means I get to choose.
Oh, gotcha. So I have to say a nice thing about you?
Yeah.
A nice thing about you is that with the amount that I've been at school and the amount I've been stressed, you have taken on a lot of the editing and logistical stuff in the podcast. And while inside I also feel like I'm being a little lazy, because I'll be honest, I am, because I have all the other stuff going on. I am always internally grateful for what you do to keep this going, because God knows if it was all on my shoulders, it probably wouldn't be.
Aww. Well, that's all the time we have.
Hey, I poured my heart out. I see it's on my sleeve right now. It's my heart.
Probably doesn't count that I like your cactus tattoo.
You said that for last year.
All right. I really do have one. Like enough of the bit. I really do have one. I like that I can call you 7 times and you don't say, Micah, stop calling and stop annoying me, because you understand my neurosis of needing to get things done.
Yes. I also appreciate that that you don't feel disheartened when I sometimes don't answer your calls.
I'll just keep going, man. I'm relentless.
You will.
I think like yesterday alone, I called you 3 times during 3 separate parts of the day for 3 very different things, too.
I don't think I answered any of them, did I? No. One of them was because I was literally packing up my stuff to leave Joel's.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to go.
One of them was to say, hey, I got my license now. Should I stop over at Joel's, even though it'll take like half an hour so we could do a live podcast?
We will have to do that eventually. Coming soon in 2021.
Yeah, we will be live once again, I swear.
Yeah, in person. Even if it will only be once, because we do still live quite a far ways apart from each other.
Yeah, I want to say I live like 5.5 hours from you.
Not if you only live 30 minutes away from Joel.
No, I live like 5.5 hours from you.
That I don't think that's correct.
But yeah,
right.
We're gonna invite all of our friends. And so thank you so much for watching this year. We'll see you in the new year.
See you next year.
Yeah. Get ready for all those I haven't showered in over a year jokes.
When I left Joel's, they said see you next year, and I thought it was funny.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I love you. I love you. Not him. I love you.